Hello, fellow movie, TV, and entertainment fans. This is Ray, and this is the Fandom Realm. It's time for another episode, and just as a reminder, I will only be doing podcasts for the foreseeable future, so if you can't watch, you can definitely listen on other podcast outlets. I just want to update the schedule. I've had a few computer issues, so I'm going to be releasing 3 episodes in 3 days. Of course, today we have Andor Episode 4. On Sunday, we'll be having Rings of Power Episode 6, and on Monday, Vampire Academy Episode 5. Also, I do want to let everybody know that if you have a movie or series that you want me to cover, mention it in the comments, and I'll see what I can do. Now, this is going to be Episode 7 of the Fandom Realm, and today we're going to look at Episode 4 of Andor. As always, this is a spoiler review. I'll try not to spoil huge moments for you, but I can't promise anything. This may be a rather short review. It was only 1 episode, where our first review of Andor was episodes 1, 2, and 3. Basically, on this further disappointing episode of Andor, Cassian meets the rebels, Luthen meets with Mon Mothma, we get to meet the Imperial ISB, and corporate security gets the Imperial treatment, and Deputy Inspector Cyril gets slapped in the face. Yes, that's pretty much all that happened. So, Luthen offers Andor a load of money to help a rebel group steal the payroll from an Imperial garrison. This seems like a stretch to me. We'll see what ends up happening. The rebels that he's going to be working with don't really like that he's a late addition. I don't think they really trust him very much. It is revealed that the rebel leader is the only one that knows about Luthen. The rest of the group thinks she is the leader, and she's the top person in their group. I really have little interest in this plan at the moment. Maybe as it goes forward, it'll link up with something in the future, make things a little more interesting. But right now, I'm just not very interested in this. Now, it's also revealed Luthen is some type of shop owner on Coruscant. Probably, it looks like he may deal in antiques. And so he's actually using a disguise. When he's meeting with Cassian, he actually changes that disguise in front of us, and he's coming back to the capital where he's going to meet with an uneasy Mon Mothma, who is feeling pressure of all the eyes of the Empire watching her every move. They are concerned about money for the rebellion, and so that actually is linking up to the first group of rebels who is going to be trying to steal that payroll from the Imperial garrison. I really like Genevieve O'Reilly as Mon Mothma. I think her casting is great. She really has that gravitas that you need for a rebel leader, and her presence. She really had that presence on screen, especially when she was acting with Stellan Skarsgård as Luthen. They had very good chemistry too, just in the very little amount of time that they were on screen together. They sort of played off of each other very well. I'm guessing we're going to see them together multiple times, or at least I hope so. The only issue I really had with this meeting is that the shot of Coruscant, did anybody else think it basically looked like you were looking between skyscrapers in New York City? I really didn't think it looked like the Coruscant we were introduced to in any of the movies. And so that was a little disappointing. Maybe I'm reading a little bit too much into that, but that was something that just sort of stuck out to me and surprised me. Now we also get to see the ISB, the Imperial Security Bureau. Not a ton going on here either at the moment, but we are introduced to Lieutenant Miro, and she's causing some problems because she thinks she sees evidence of a coordinated rebellion. But whoops, her boss disagrees. Now, we all know she's 100% correct, and the boss is wrong. But, well, that's something we're going to look at in the future. The trailers seem to suggest that she and the Deputy Inspector Cyril are going to be some of the main antagonists for Cassian. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not sure what it is, but I really like these white ISB uniforms they were wearing. That whole idea of the white and the room they were in being basically mostly all white, and just this it being very sanitary and imperial. That was just something that stuck out to me as well. The ISB is also going to take control of Morlano 1 from corporate security. We get to see that Deputy Inspector Cyril seems to end up being disgraced, and in the end, he's going to get slapped by someone. He goes to the door. The woman comes out. I couldn't really tell what was going on here. I don't know why. But it seems like maybe the mother of one of the guards that got killed while he was trying to catch Cassian maybe slapped him. I haven't watched this a second time, so all my reviews are on first impressions. So if I get something wrong, I do apologize. But this is one of those things, if I didn't get this right, tell me in the comments, and I'll go back and take a quick watch. The only other real thing that happened in this episode was Mon Mothma came to discover that there was a dinner party being set up. And we learned she doesn't trust the people, or a lot of the people that she's being seated beside. And really, one thing for this entire storyline, that I'm a little bit negative on, is that Mon Mothma came off a little bit whiny at this point. And I'm not really sure that fits with her overall character and what we've always sort of seen with her being so strong. I mean, she's only been leading the rebellion for over 10 years at this point in time in the series. So it's not like this is pressure or something she's just now feeling. Believe it or not, people, this is basically everything that happened. We did see a couple of TIE fighters, but basic Star Wars stuff we didn't get to see. I was hoping this episode would continue the upward trend. The last few episodes actually were a little better than the first ones, I thought, but I don't think it achieved that goal. I am going to grade this episode as a C-. It wasn't as bad as some, but it's just not something I really enjoyed all that much. It would have been better if we could have seen more Mon Mothma and Luthen, and seen a little bit more of Coruscant, and understood a little bit more about basically what was going on. I am a little more moderately interested in where some of these storylines are going, and that's why I'm also giving it a C-. I'm sort of wanting to see how this group of rebels gets along with Cassian, and I'm really wanting to see a little more development of Luthen. Now, with that being said, guys, do me a huge favor, and if you viewed more than one or two of my podcasts, please go ahead and subscribe. Don't forget to like or dislike the video, whichever one you prefer, and make some comments, especially if you have complaints or have something that maybe I got wrong, maybe something I got right. Make some comments. Also, don't forget to comment on other series or movies that you might like to have me look at. Now, with all that, we're going to see you next time on the Fandom Realm.